This video is for you if you are an authority. By authority, I mean you you have skills, you have talents, you have years and years of experience in doing something that you now take pride in, and maybe you're running your own business, or maybe you are working in a corporate structure. Doesn't matter. So by authority, I mean um, you could be having skills, experience in music, in art, in science, technology, any area of life. If that's who you are, then stay with me, because I'm going to, this crossed my mind over the last several years, and in the recent times, I created many videos talking about a concept called authority gap and how people struggle. Let's say you're looking for a job, even let's take that as an example, and you don't know what to say on LinkedIn. You do not know how to reach out to people. You do not know what your you're good, you know that you have what it takes, but then somehow, somewhere along the way, you feel maybe this is not it, or I don't know, I'll wait for the day when I feel good about myself, and that's when I'm going to talk about myself. But then that doesn't happen. So why this happens, what can be done, how to position yourself, and some of my thoughts are already there in multiple videos. I'm going to drop those videos along the way, on right around on this timeline here. But let's talk about what is this gap and why it happens. Most experts, they focus on mastery, and what is needed is, along with mastery, is that they need to also focus on messaging, and they do not focus on messaging. They rely on credentials, and they do not do enough storytelling. So somewhere along the way, they assume that their results will speak for them, and and they are operating in a market which constantly needs signals. So undervalue visibility, and they end up overvaluing their technical depth, or whatever that depth is. So the question is, how do you break this? And first of all, my personal experience working with people, many do not acknowledge this. And this has to do with social upbringing, cultural background, and years and years of conditioning. They, in my seminars, my workshops, they have seen people stand up and say, I want my work to speak. True, yes. But then I tell them, listen, if I was having similar feelings about myself, would you be in this room? And at one point recently, about like a few years ago, I was doing a seminar, and I said, and I spent $600 for you to come in for a free seminar. Every person in this room, I spent $600 for you to sit in a free seminar. That means a lot of marketing happened, a lot of promotions happened for you to be in this room. Now, if I would have sat down in the house and I thought, okay, fine, I'm very good in what I do, and nothing is stopping me to believe that I'm very good at what I do, and people will hear about me, and eventually they will come. The truth is, nobody cares. Nobody cares. There is a lot of there's a lot of noise. Forget about competition. Maybe you are good, but there's a lot of noise, and it's very hard to break through the clutter. And there's a lot of clutter. It's hard to position. That's the point. Okay. So yes, let's talk about positioning for a second. You got to translate complex skills into high value outcomes. And by the way, all this has to be framed. Okay. So you're good. That means you're good. You take complex and complex skills, and you can turn that into outcomes, and high value outcomes, and that gives you the authority position. And what you have to do is you have to create a frame through which you are considered an expert, and your expertise is also seen, and you're considered an authority. Okay. Um, so how do we do this? And again, please watch this line. I'm going to be dropping, I might have already dropped a few videos there. So you got to package this expertise. And there are three different ways to do it. One is obviously storytelling, then models through which you operate, through which your ideas operate, through which you have created results for people. And then you build systems using those models. So these three things have to happen. Otherwise, that frame is not doing its job. And there exists no frame. And when there is no frame, then obviously there is no way for people to attribute any authority to who you are, what you do, and recognize your expertise and give you value. Okay. How many times do you have to tell the story? How many times do you, how many models do you need to create? How many systems you need to have? Well, you don't need a lot, but what you need is consistency and repetition. Why do we create? Why do we do? Why do we need to be consistent? Why do we need to repeat ourselves? This video is more or less a repetition on this channel, and I'm repeating myself here is because not because this video is going to get a lot of views, not that I am going to have a lot of subscribers. Occasionally, every 20 days, 15 days, I get a subscriber. I have more videos, almost identical number of videos, as compared to the number of subscribers. And that's not the game. The game here is I want to signal the marketplace of trustworthiness. That I show up here consistently, I record these videos, I speak my heart out, I do not have any filters. I record everything in my car. Each video looks the same. I do not use any props. I do not use any angles. It's just a simple iPhone camera, and I do these recordings either in the morning or in the evening because this camera sits on the dashboard, and iPhones, they warm up if there is heat, and this is summer as I'm doing this. So if there is a lot of sunlight, then this phone shuts itself down and I cannot record. So you got the idea. So I'm signaling the marketplace of the trustworthiness. I am not signaling anything else. So skill, positioning, authority, and recognition. So the job is to take the skills, whatever you have, you position them, and you do that for a long amount of time consistently. And by doing that, you are displaying your authority, and you're signaling the market, and the market, in a matter of time, will recognize you, will attribute. Now, it comes in the form of clients, it comes in the form of consulting, dollars, business. We do not know. It's difficult to put a dollar number to that. I cannot say if I record 1,000 videos, what's going to happen to me. And I know that there are people who record 3 videos and get like 10,000 videos worth of results, both in terms of money, in terms of intellectual satisfaction, or what we call self-actualization, and they get fulfilled in every way. So it's difficult, it's subjective, very individualistic to that creator, whoever is creating it, but it has to be done. You do not know when the recognition happens, when there is attribution, nobody knows. Okay. When you do not position, your expertise is a silent asset. And when you do position, your expertise becomes a visible, like it becomes a visible authority, or how do I say that? Your authority is visible, and when your authority is visible, it attracts opportunities. So, case in point, signal the market. Even you are in a job, and I create these videos for coaches and consultants, authors and speakers, but let's say you are an individual contributor in an hierarchy at a company, and all you have is access to LinkedIn. That's all you have. Start signaling the marketplace. You want a change, you want a better position, start signaling. That's all. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Hopefully this was helpful. If it is, do me a favor, drop me a comment. If you like this video, I can reach a few more people. And if you subscribe, then I'm in front of you every day. Okay, that's all for now. Wherever you are, you be safe, and I'll talk to you as early as tomorrow. Bye now.